Chapter 81. Old Man Zhong is so strong. Old Man Zhong is so vigorous. You are listening at Novel Full.audio. Invincible Diamond. A 5-caddy human-shaped diamond. WTF. How much was this worth? Everyone was shocked, and their eyes focused on Jiang Nan. Zhong Yingxue and Xia Yao also looked at each other. Where did Jiang Nan get such a big diamond? They remembered that he had mentioned before that he dug out a diamond from Spirit Ruin. Could it be true? Gao Jin sneered, Bullsh *T. My Gao family has been in the jewelry business for many years. We have never heard of such a big diamond. The biggest piece is the Cullinan diamond from South Africa. It weighed 3,106 metric carats, but it is still only more than 1 caddy. The market value is $400 million. TL note. 1 caddy equals 600 grams if you Google it, but in China, it has been rounded to 500 grams and is referred to as the market caddy, shijin, in order to distinguish it from the metric caddy, gongjin, or kilogram, is 5 caddy. Are you kidding me? Luo Tianxiang said in a strange tone, can glass be used as a diamond nowadays? This is all you can do. Many of the guests chimed in, 5 caddy of diamond. I think it's a glass ball, right? Haha. Earlier is a malnourished ginseng, and now it's a diamond made of glass. This guy is a weirdo. What good things can a smelly street vendor take out? Jiang Nan curled his lips, you haven't seen the world. Just because you haven't seen it doesn't mean it doesn't exist. Gao Jin sneered, whether it is true or not, you will know at a glance. I remember that Brother Zhong also studied gemstone appraisal, right? Can you verify the authenticity? Father Zhong smiled, then I will make a fool of myself. He was also curious if this diamond head was real. He walked forward and took out a set of professional equipment from his pocket. It was a small magnifying glass. Zhong Yingshue's heart also jumped. Xia Yao gave a crazy wink, is it really made of glass? Jiang Nan was not flustered at all and said, why would I make such a big piece of glass? Xia Yao was shocked, is it really a diamond? Jiang Nan just shrugged his shoulders. Father Zhong became more and more shocked as he looked at it, and his expression became serious. He got up and said, it's real, and it's top quality without any impurities. Such a large diamond, and it has been polished into a portrait. Its value is immeasurable. When this was said, everyone was dumbfounded. No one would not believe Father Zhong's words. He was an authoritative figure in the gem world. 5 caddy of big diamonds. Wasn't this King outrageous? Gao Jin's face was as ugly as if he had eaten shit. This CK was actually real. Luo Tianxiang's brain was also buzzing. Where did Jiang Nan get it? Everyone now looked at Jiang Nan differently. He has this kind of treasure. What kind of street stall were you setting up? Little brother, please take it back. Such a precious treasure, it is better not to take it out and show it to others. Jiang Nan, didn't I already say that I will give it to Old Man Zhong? Just take it. Old Man Zhong was also stunned for a moment. A 621.350 G of Cullinan diamond was already worth $400 million. How much was this 5-caddy invincible diamond worth? Old Man Zhong, this is indeed a bit expensive. Jiang Nan waved his hand, it's fine. I still have more than 200 caddy. Pfft. When everyone heard this, they almost vomited blood. What the hell? He still has more than 200 caddy. Were you even a human? Their worldview collapsed a little. Were the diamonds really weighing down on caddy now? Xia Yao was speechless. She found that Jiang Nan was different, whether it was spiritual bead or this diamond. He calculated everything according to the weight. Hey! Where did you get it? Is it really more than 200 catty? Xia Yao asked in a low voice. Zhong Yingxue also looked at him with a questioning gaze. Didn't I tell you that in the spirit ruin, I dug it out? You still don't believe me. Jiang Nan unscrewed the diamond head from that Jingyang, full of muscle that can turn into a diamond. More than 200 catty was still too little. Xia Yao. Father Zhong saw that Jiang Nan really had no intention of taking it back and said with a solemn face, "Little brother, my Zhong family will remember this favor." Jiang Nan nodded with a smile. On the other hand, Xia Yao glared at Gao Jin with an air of pride. What was it? You're speechless this time, right? The two of them really had nothing to say. They were so angry that their teeth itched. Even if they went bankrupt, they would not be able to get 5 catty of diamonds. Old man Zhong laughed loudly. Good. 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 Good boy. As expected, you can't judge a person by their looks. Jiang Nan. What do you mean by, you can't judge a person by their looks? Why can't I judge a person by their looks? Come. Explain to me. Earlier mentioned, the nose is the nose, and the eyes are the eyes. And now, you can't judge a person by their looks. If you don't know how to praise people, then you can hold back your words. This old man Zhong was quite vengeful. Wasn't it just a hit on his head? As for the other, Gao Jin and Luo Tianxiang can't hold back any farts. On the other side, Yu Xiangnan slowly walked up with a smile on her face. Not to mention anything else, just her revealing clothes really attracted everyone's attention. Xia Yao even covered Jiang Nan's eyes. Children are not allowed to look at these things. Jiang Nan. F***ck. So what if children were not allowed to look? Why are you covering my eyes? Why can't I look? Yu Xiangnan laughed. Old man Zhong, this is a jade ring for you. A token of this young lady's appreciation. Old man Zhong smiled. The girl is not bad. Yu Xiangnan smiled sweetly and squatted down. Come, old man Zhong. I'll put it on for you. When she squatted down, she showed his curvy body to the fullest. A group of gentlemen quickly moved their eyes away, afraid that something would happen if they looked at her for long. Jiang Nan, cough. A caddy of diamonds. Please move your fingers. Xia Yao pouted. I won't move it. Don't think of bribing me. On the other side, Yu Xiangnan raised old man Zhong's hand and was about to put on the jade ring. Old man Zhong suddenly opened his eyes wide. The warmth in his body directly went up. Old man Zhong's face was flushed red. Everyone was stunned. Why was this old man blushing? Could it be because of Yu Xiangnan? Old man Zhong was indeed a seasoned veteran, and he was still energetic. What the hell were you doing? He was more than 70 years old, and he was still attracted to a little girl. But the more he pressed down, the fiercer he became. This old man really couldn't hold it in anymore. 2 streams of heat gushed out from his nostrils. His nose was bleeding. The force was so great that it even made old man Zhong raise his head. It didn't matter if he raised his head, but Father Zhong was stunned and couldn't stop it. The wheelchair took the huge force from the nosebleed and retreated frantically. In the field, a rocket wheelchair powered by a nosebleed appeared. What the f***ck? In the end, the wheelchair was stuck on the steps, and old man Zhong flipped over. This sudden scene made everyone in the field dumbfounded. After a full 10 seconds of silence, they heard someone exclaim, "Old man Zhong is awesome. Old man Zhong is so strong. Old man Zhong is so vigorous. In his 70s, his firepower is still so strong. Awesome, awesome. Miss Yu is really a treasure in the world. Old man Zhong is in his 70s and can't resist the temptation. This nosebleed is really explosive. Tsk, tisk. Yu Xiangnan stayed where she was, her face full of embarrassment. The scene of an old man having a nosebleed was still replaying in her mind. The impression was too deep. Could it be that old man Zhong was really attracted to her? This. What should she do? Old man Zhong directly exploded. He jumped up from the ground and covered his nose. He cursed, *ck you're old and vigorous. What the hell was this ginseng? The after-effect was too great. From Zhong Shan's resentment points plus 1000. From Zhong Shan. Chapter 82. His lung cancer is cured. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Jiang Nan snickered. You said that I couldn't be judged by looks. You said that my nose is my nose, my eyes are my eyes. What the hell was that? He looked at the furiously refreshing list of resentment points. It was great. Jiang Nan was finally at ease. At this moment, old Zhong was covered in blood. It was quite scary. He couldn't even cover it with his hands, and it slipped out from between his fingers like a flower sprinkler. Old man Zhong panicked. He had lived for more than 70 years, but he had never seen such a nosebleed. It was even stronger than the high-pressure water gun. In such a short time, he had already released 2 to 3 liters of blood. He wouldn't just die like this, right? His birthday celebration had become a memorial day. That would be too much. Is his nose still bleeding? How many years has old man Zhong been holding it in? His partner died early. He has been alone for so many years. Old man Zhong is so pitiful. He didn't find himself a partner. Such a good man. Tisk, tsk. He's over 70 years old. Old man Zhong, . I can hold back your uncle. Today, he had lost all face. Wasn't it too much of a coincidence? Why did it have to happen when the lady of the Yu family crouched down to put on her thumb ring? The Zhong couple also looked embarrassed. What was wrong with their old man? Quick! Call the ambulance. With this amount of blood, he'll be dead in a while. Nosebleed. Isn't it a little depressing to die like this? Old Master Zhong said, call an ambulance my ass. All of you, come back. I feel very good now. Everyone, . Gao Jin, you must not be careless about this matter. It's very likely a final radiance of a setting sun. Hurry to the hospital. Old man Zhong, . Do you King know how to speak? Old man Zhong shouted, I said I'm fine. Bring me a cup of tea. Old man Zhong stopped covering his nose and let his nose bleed wildly. The sound of the teapot being filled with water was heard, making everyone dumbfounded. In less than 2 minutes, a large teapot was filled up. Then, he took another teapot and filled it up. Luo Tianxiang seized the opportunity and pointed at Jiang Nan and scolded, Speak. Is it you, right? Are you trying to harm old man Zhong? What the hell did you feed old man Zhong? In a split second, everyone's eyes were focused on Jiang Nan. Each and every one of them had unfriendly gazes. After all, this was no small matter. If something really happened to old man Zhong, he would be finished. Jiang Nan shrugged, You're making a fuss. This is a good thing. I already said that it's a good thing to replenish qi and blood. Everyone was speechless. There's no such way to replenish qi and blood, right? Wasn't it 2F** King nutritious? Was that baby ginseng really that useful? Old man Zhong's face darkened, I've fallen for your trap today. Jiang Nan chuckled, Don't worry about these details. The problem is the old man's body. Curing all illnesses isn't just for show. If you don't believe me, why don't you give it a try? Zhong Shan was stunned for a moment. Only then did he remember that he had just stood up without difficulty. He could still stand up like a healthy young man when he was in his 70s. He held the teapot in disbelief, and under everyone's shocked gazes, he did a backflip. The Zhong couple was shocked. Zhong Yingxue and Xia Yao also covered their mouths. Was this really not a dream? Jiang Nan was also dumbfounded. I say, old man, aren't you to show off? Such a remarkable ability. You're awesome. You were already in your 70s, and yet you do a backflip. Before everyone could recover from their shock, Old Man Zhong took a deep breath and exhaled. His entire body froze. I seem to have recovered. Once this was said, everyone was stunned. They naturally knew what Zhong Shan meant. It must be his cancer. Father Zhong stuttered, really? Really recovered? Zhong Yingxue was also trembling nervously. Grandpa Zhong, are you sure? Zhong Shan nodded with certainty. He was the clearest about his own body. Previously, he had a final stage lung cancer, and even breathing was already painful. But now, his breathing was smooth and powerful, and his entire body was full of strength. It was as if all the diseases had left him. It even allowed him to regain his feeling when he was young. It was this nosebleed. It was true pulsation. Tears welled up in Zhong Yingxue's eyes as she threw herself into Zhong Shan's arms, her eyes filled with joy. Father Zhong said gratefully, little brother. This medicine is no different from giving my father and my Zhong family a new lease on life. My Zhong family will never forget this kindness. If little brother needs anything, feel free to tell my Zhong family. No matter if it is money or anything. As long as we can do it. Old man Zhong waved his hand and said, forget it. He did not need that. Father Zhong smiled bitterly, it's me who is superficial. A 5 caddy of diamond could be casually given away, how could Jiang Nan lack money? Jiang Nan, F***ck. What do you mean by that? This was the reason why I do this. I want money. I want money. ENV old man, I think you did it on purpose. Do you have to be so considerate? You must have misunderstood. Jiang Nan's heart was already exploding, but what else could he do when he heard this? Ah. It's fine, it's what I should do. As long as Sister Shuat is happy. Zhong Yingxue's heart melted, and she looked at Jiang Nan with a soft light in her eyes. Such precious ginseng could only be found from a spirit ruin. He gave it to the old man for free. How could she not be moved? Jiang Nan looked at Zhong Yingxue's eyes and could not help but feel a little guilty. Sure enough. Women were all brain self-supplements. In fact, it was not as difficult as they had imagined. It was just a consolation prize. At this moment, Luo Tianxiang was trembling with anger when he saw Zhong Yingxue looking at Jiang Nan. He was so angry that he almost gritted his teeth to pieces. The ginseng that cured lung cancer and the 5 caddy diamond was all given by Jiang Nan. Compared to his eternal peace fruit, it was nothing. And at this moment, he saw Jiang Nan walk to the marble table. He knocked on it with his finger. N. If this thing is eaten raw, it will probably be uncomfortable. Why don't we just grind it up first and drink it with water? How about it? Young Master Luo. I'll give you an extra meal tonight. Let me tell you, this dish is very hard. The veins on Luo Tianxiang's forehead bulged, and his face turned red with anger. Marble table top, 90% of it was raw marble. How could this dish not be hard? It was 2F** king hard. Grind it into powder and mix it with water to drink. Did he really have to eat it? Luo Tianxiang looked left and right, and all eyes were focused on himself. That look made him so ashamed that he wanted to die. It was even more uncomfortable than when he was in the elevator. He was extremely shameful. Jiang Nan was just a smelly street vendor. How could he have such good things? Why was he so hot-headed that he made a bet with him? Just you wait. When you arrive at Songjiang martial spirit, you will regret it. As he spoke, he ran out of the banquet hall without looking back because he really did not have the face to stay any longer. He only heard Jiang Nan say faintly, "Old Master Zhong, this kind of trash is probably not worthy of Sister Shui, right? What the Luo family can give the Zhong family, but I, Jiang Nan, can also give it. What they can't give, I, Jiang Nan, can still give it." When these words came out, everyone was silent. Chapter 83. What? You are listening at novelfull.audio. Jiang Nan's words silenced everyone. His words were full of confidence and even some arrogance. But they had to admit that what Jiang Nan said was the truth. He was a rare space ability user. His stage was not Jiang City, but the whole world. In the end, it was Old Man Zhong who let out a long sigh. I originally adopted Xiao Shui because the Zhong family has no other relatives. I didn't have 2 years to live. If I died, Xiao Shui's life in the Zhong family would not be good. I was thinking of matchmaking her and the Luo family. With the support of the Luo family, at least she won't be bullied. The family organizational structure is getting bigger and bigger, so there are all kinds of ghosts and snakes. Speaking of this, Old Master Zhong shot a glance at the Zhong couple. The two of them lowered their heads in shame. The Zhong family's business was something that Zhong Shan had worked hard to raise, so he was naturally clear about all of this. It seems like I can still live for a long time. I won't interfere in the matters of you young people. You can do as you please. Zhong Shan patted Jiang Nan on the shoulder, and the two of them looked at each other in the eyes. They all understood the meaning in each other's eyes. However, the nosebleeds under Zhong Shan's nose really made Jiang Nan put on a show. Jiang Nan smiled brightly, "Don't worry, old man." Zhong Yingxue could no longer hold back the tears in her eyes. She bit her lower lip and wiped her tears. Her appearance was so heartbreaking that Xia Yao stepped forward to comfort her. Old Man Zhong had spoken. He had completely untied the knot in Zhong Yingxue's heart over the years. How could she not be moved? The reason why Jiang Nan stood out was all because of her. The Jiang Nan, on normal days, was always joking, making people love and hate him. But unknowingly, he had solved a matter that troubled her. He had never let anyone down. Her heart melted. She really wanted to hug Jiang Nan. However, there were too many people. Zhong Yingxue was really embarrassed. Everyone was looking at Jiang Nan in a different light at this moment. To cure Old Man Zhong's cancer was akin to giving the Zhong family a new lease on life. The 2 slaps on his shoulder were enough to prove a lot of things. Old Man Zhong said with a dark face, "Speaking of which, my nosebleed is not over yet." In such a short period of time, he had already produced 8 teapots full of blood. He would definitely get a small medal if he were to donate blood. Jiang Nan, don't care about these details. As a man, there are always a few days in every month. Old Man Zhong, Xia Yao. Her face was red from holding back her laughter, and her whole body was shaking. She even pinched her thigh. You can't laugh. You absolutely can't laugh. Or else Old Man Zhong will lose face. From Zhong Shan's resentment points plus 1,000. Although it cured my cancer. I should be moved to tears. But why do I want to beat him up so badly? The banquet lasted until 10 o'clock, but Old Man Zhong left early. In the end, he still took the teapot to the hospital. It was not that he was afraid of dying from a nosebleed but that he wanted to check his body thoroughly. As soon as a result came out, the doctor was stunned. No sickness, and the body was in great shape. He had never seen such a healthy 70-year-old man. After the banquet, Jiang Nan and Xia Yao waited in the car. Zhong Yingxue was still accompanying her parents to send the guests. Jiang Nan sat in the car, feeling restless. He looked down at the time. N. 10:43 p.m., still early, still early. No hurry. Xia Yao was curious, why do you keep looking at the time? Are you in a hurry to go home? Jiang Nan looked serious and said, there is a promise waiting for me to fulfill. This is my duty. My mission. Xia Yao. What the hell? It's already so late. Where are you going? Jiang Nan, to complete my unfinished business. Xia Yao suddenly thought of something, and her face was full of contempt. Don't tell me you want to go with that Yu Xiangnan. TSK, tisk. I was wondering why she always looked at you. Jiang Nan blushed, nonsense. F***ck. Was Xia Yao a dog? How did she notice it? Women were terrifying. Xia Yao smirked, I'm talking nonsense. Then why are you blushing? Jiang Nan, I drank too much. Xia Yao rolled her eyes, the man who drinks 107 bottles told me he drank too much. Go lie to the ghost. Why are you also sweating so much? Jiang Nan, The car is too hot. The air conditioner is on. Do you think the air conditioner in my Rolls Royce is just a decoration? Quick. Tell me the truth. Jiang Nan, He can't take it anymore. If she continues to ask, he will really be exposed. As she asked, he looked at the time. It was 11 o'clock. Wait for me to come back. Then, he disappeared in a blink of an eye. Xia Yao widened her eyes, hey. Are you really going? Damn Jiang Nan. Century Hotel, room 69. Yu Xiangnan, who was showering, was in a mess. Her mind was a mess. Aya. Will he come or not? She actually treated him like a waiter. How shameful. He cured old man Zhong's illness and was also so handsome. He shouldn't come, right? A man like him should hate a woman like me. What if he comes? Aya. I'm so worried. Yu Xiangnan was thinking. As a result, there was a beep sound of the door lock, followed by the sound of footsteps coming in. Yu Xiangnan, Jiang Nan really came. At this moment, her heart beat wildly. She took a deep breath. Just like that, she walked out. Jiang Nan, who had just sat on the bed, looked at Yu Xiangnan, who was drenched all over, that walked out of the bathroom. He almost fainted. F***ck. Miss, why don't you put something first? If you do this, it makes me in a tough spot. Yu Xiangnan walked to the bedside. She lowered her head and said timidly, how? Are we going to do it? The air in the room began to gradually warm up. Jiang Nan, ahem. Why don't we watch a video first? Yu Xiangnan was stunned. This. Do you still want to watch the video first? She has never tried this before. I will listen to you. Therefore, she sat beside Jiang Nan with anticipation. Jiang Nan took out his mobile phone and played with it. He clicked on the video play button. Yu Xiangnan looked over curiously. In the elevator. So avant-garde. Little did she know that Jiang Nan was playing the video of Luo Qianxiang. Yu Xiangnan watched the video attentively. Jiang Nan. Look at her. There was no other way, he had already watched this video. There was nothing to see. In the video, Yu Xiangnan looked at Luo Qianxiang, and her expression gradually changed. When she saw the part of what he had done in the elevator. Yu Xiangnan, blurg. Closed it. It's so disgusting. Yu Xiangnan retched, and she could feel the smell through the screen. Jiang Nan laughed, now you know who he is, right? You have to be careful. This person is not normal. Maybe one day he will. As he spoke, he teleported and disappeared. You Xiangnan. What the hell? You came to my room at 11 in the middle of the night. Just to show me the video of Luo Tianxiang doing something in the elevator. To think that I even thought about it for so long. And with a face full of anticipation, I even asked you how we would do it. It was so embarrassing. Were you even a human? From Yu Xiangnan's resentment points plus 1000. In the next moment, Jiang Nan appeared in the car. At this moment, Zhong Yingxue had also returned. Xia Yao was stunned. Why is it so fast? She said disdainfully, only 3 minutes. You. He, Jiang Nan. F asterisk CK. What 3 minutes? Damn it. Zhong Yingxue was curious, where did Xiao Nan go? Xia Yao chuckled, ask Xiao Nan. 3 minutes. TSK, tisk. Jiang Nan was annoyed, what 3 minutes? I went to see Yu Xiangnan and showed her the video of Luo Tianxiang. What do you think I went to do? Bah. Wolf extinction mind is not healthy. Xia Yao was stunned, and then her face turned red. Had he specially made a trip in the middle of the night just to show Yu Xiangnan the video of Luo Tianxiang? Ha. Ha 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 ha. I was wrong. It was my fault. Xiao Nan. You are too bad. Ha 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 ha. Zhong Yingxue was stunned, what video? Jiang Nan and Xia Yao said in unison, it's a secret. Zhong Yingxue. Chapter 84. In the Wind and Rain. The night market is waiting for you. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Jiang Nan definitely couldn't show the video to Zhong Yingxue. That would dirty her eyes. Looking at Jiang Nan and Xia Yao, who were laughing secretly, Zhong Yingxue felt a headache coming on. What did they do behind her back again? Let's go. Let's go home. Jiang Nan, okay. Coarse hair. Zhong Yingxue, who was sitting in the passenger seat, could not help but say when she saw how skilled Jiang Nan was in driving. Xiao Nan, I also want to learn how to drive. Xia Yao was stunned. Shue, don't you already have me to drive? Why are you still learning how to drive? Zhong Yingxue blushed, having someone to drive is different from knowing how to drive. Xiao Nan came to our team. We can now take a car in the spirit ruin. Both of you can drive, but I can't. I want to learn too. Xia Yao chuckled, okay. I will teach you. Jiang Nan rolled his eyes, you big wolf extinction, forget it. Give the car 2 wings, and you can take off. You don't even look at the road when driving. He couldn't help but think of the bottom plate of the Koenigsegg that was terribly scraped by. Ah. Smelly Jiang Nan. I'll strangle you to death. From Xia Yao's resentment points plus 1000. Don't. I'm driving. Meanwhile, in the guest room of the Century Hotel, Luo Tianxiang was crazily smashing things in the room. His eyes were red as he roared at the sky. He was really completely furious. At this moment, his phone suddenly rang. Hey. Son, is that girl you with you? Luo Tianxiang was stunned, yeah. Why is Dad looking for my cousin? Father Luo, ask little girl you to come to the company tomorrow. We have a big business deal of 1 billion to talk to her. This time, we are here for old man Zhong's birthday and also for this business. Don't neglect her. Do you know? Luo Tianxiang was stunned. 1 billion. This was not a small number. He could not help but pat his chest and say, Dad, don't worry, just leave it to me. Father Luo's face turned black. For you, Father changed the company's elevator. What sins did I commit in my past life? How did I give birth to such an ancestor like you? And at this time, Jiang Nan had just left the room. Yu Xiangnan recalled the scene just now and blushed. It was so embarrassing. But when he thought of the video content, blurb, what was there to be interested in? Tuck tuck tuck. A knock came from the door, and Yu Xiangdai frowned. It was so late, who else was looking for her? Jiang Nan was back again. Thinking of this, she was a little excited. She wrapped herself in a bathrobe and went to open the door. Luo Qianxiang, cousin, my dad said. Yu Xiangnan. Her expression was full of horror. She couldn't help but take 2 steps back and cover her mouth. Luo Qianxiang. F***ck me. It can't be, right? Did she just vomit when she saw me? How ugly was he? At the very least, she wouldn't vomit when she saw me, right? Cousin. What happened to you? Are you feeling unwell? As he spoke, he was about to enter the door. Yu Xiangnan took 2 more steps back and hurriedly pushed her hands. Quick. Get out. Don't come in. It's disgusting. If there's nothing else, hurry up and get out. Blurg Luo Qianxiang. I feel disgusted. Where was I disgusting? His face was completely black. She was fine in the banquet just now. Why did she look disgusted now? Cousin, my dad said that he has a business deal of 1 billion to talk to you. He asked you to go to the company tomorrow. Yu Xiangnan, get lost. I don't know such a disgusting person like you. What business are you talking about? You even do that in the company elevator. Hey, I won't go to your company. It's disgusting. Get lost. I want to vomit when I see you. Don't contact me in the future. I don't have such a disgusting cousin like you. Bang. The room door was slammed shut. Luo Qianxiang froze on the spot. How did she know about the elevator? Jiang Nan showed her the video. The way she looked at him was like looking at a lump of **t. She would stop doing business. 1 billion. That was 1 billion. Luo Qianxiang was so angry that he almost exploded on the spot. His reputation was ruined. And Jiang Nan went to his cousin's room so late at night. How could he not do anything to her? He did not even believe it himself. Not only did Jiang Nan get on my cousin, he even showed her the elevator video. Luo Qianxiang's whole body trembled. Ah! 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 Jiang Nan! I will **ck you to death. His roar echoed throughout the entire hotel. Hello. Son. Did you give her the notice? Dad. The 1 billion business is ruined. Father Luo, WTF. You son of AB **tch, After hanging up the phone, Luo Qianxiang had nothing to live for. Jiang Nan, who had returned to his room, poured vigorous potion into a bottle of mineral water. He even patiently tied each Reiki leak. During this period of time, he went to the spirit ruin and did not have the chance to set up a stall. He had almost used up all his skill points and resentment points. Jiang Nan was still looking forward to what good things would come out after the Golden Age beauty pill. Therefore, he was prepared to make a fortune during the summer vacation. It just so happened to be Valentine's Day was tomorrow. The leeks and vigorous potion would definitely be sold to the max. The first shot in the second half of the year. He couldn't help but wipe the drool from his mouth. How to solve the worries? Only to become rich overnight. Therefore, he took out his mobile phone and posted on Weibo. Nan Shen. From iPhone 11 Pro Max. In the wind and rain, the night market is waiting for you. At 5 o'clock tomorrow night. See you in the college town. Picture, it was a big cannon that shot out fireworks. The comments section below frantically replied. I've been waiting for you to death. I haven't been able to submit my homework recently. I can't live without leeks. Transfer to college town. Another new product. I'm looking forward to it. The content of the picture. I can already smell the smell of smoke. Yesterday, I ate leek and drank vigorous potion. I also ate a soybean to detoxify the poison. And then I couldn't hold back. Guess what happened? Did you make it halfway through? Are the big brothers upstairs still alive? Looking at this reply, Jiang Nan's expression gradually became frightened. Damn! This brother was so strong. He was halfway through and couldn't hold back. Jiang Nan imagined the scene and then covered his face. The big brother replied, yes. But my girlfriend is gone. The house is sold. I have to say, the hospital Wi-Fi is quite fast. The brother who bought my house gave me 20,000 yuan and asked me how I blow up the canopy. Jiang Nan. Damn. Was he so strong? Did it all collapse? It could be seen how desperate this brother's girlfriend was at that time. Jiang Nan was so scared that he quickly turned off his phone. He would not be beaten to death when he opened his stall tomorrow, right? Thinking about it like this, the booth fee was not paid for nothing. Forget it. Nothing could stop me from opening my stall. Something like money, Jiang Nan liked it the most. Chapter 85. Big Tail Wolf. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Early the following day. Jiang Nan got up early and put vigorous potion away. Then he took a beautiful bath. When he was absorbing spiritual bead in the room, he heard Xia Yao say, Xiao Nan. I forgot to take my hot pants. Help me get it. It's in the second grid of my wardrobe. Jiang Nan rolled his eyes, unwilling to move at all. He raised his hand to open space wormhole and pulled out black hot pants from Xia Yao's room. Then he opened a space wormhole to the bathroom again and handed it over. Xia Yao was happily humming a song, enjoying the pleasure of improving her physical fitness. As for what happened below, she had long forgotten about it. At this moment, Xia Yao suddenly felt someone pat her shoulder. She couldn't help but look back. She saw a hand appear out of thin air, holding black hot pant and swinging it around. Xia Yao's eyes were full of horror. She jumped up from the bathtub as if she had seen a ghost. Ah! This! Sure enough, less than half a minute later, the sound of running came from the living room. Xia Yao, who was only wearing a sports vest and black hot pants, rushed into Jiang Nan's room. Her snow-white skin even had water droplets on it. Her silver hair was also wet. Her face was full of curiosity. Xiao Nan. What was that just now? Is it your spiritual skill? How could your hand come out of the bathroom? Jiang Nan smiled brightly, and space wormhole opened. A hand came out from behind Xia Yao and closed the door under her stunned expression. Xia Yao. Space wormhole of the void carp can open a space door at will within a range of 300 meters. Xia Yao, is it really a space spiritual skill? Isn't there a ban on the space system spiritual bead in the country? How did you get it? Jiang Nan chuckled, I have someone from above. Xia Yao curled her lips. She did not believe it and immediately warned, don't open space wormhole casually in the future, okay? To prevent you from attacking Xue and me. Jiang Nan rolled his eyes and said, with your sleeping posture, even if I attack you at night, you won't wake up. Xia Yao blushed and remembered that she was tied into a dumpling. From Xia Yao's resentment points plus 666, she could not help but grind her teeth in hatred. Humph! Who let you be so arrogant? Today, this lady will teach you a lesson. I'll let you know what wolf extinction is. Come over and be my sparring partner. Jiang Nan. Sparring partner. What the hell? He was held hostage by Xia Yao all the way to the third floor of the villa. He found that the third floor of the villa was completely different. Not only was there a pile of fitness equipment, but there was also a small wrestling ring in the middle. At this moment, Zhou Yingxue was also here wearing a set of sports attire. On the treadmill, she was covered in fragrant sweat. She smiled at the two of them. Jiang Nan's expression became serious. Xia Yao and Zhou Yingxue were able to rank among the top in Songjiang. Their achievements were not in vain. Presumably, they had trained hard on a daily basis. At this moment, Xia Yao had an excited expression on her face as she took a stance on the wrestling ring. Come. I will teach you how to behave. If you lose, you will be spanked. Jiang Nan smiled devilishly and became spirited. Are you serious? Onsai waist drum. Jiang Nan liked it very much. Looking at Jiang Nan's smile, Xia Yao had a bad feeling. You are not allowed to use spiritual skills. You are not allowed to use teleportation. Jiang Nan, okay, Xia Yao chuckled and was full of confidence. As a close combat fighter, she had a deep level of attainment in hand-to-hand combat. It was not all talk. In the past 3 years, she had gone in and out of spirit ruin countless times. It was a technique that had been polished through countless battles. Today, she had to teach Jiang Nan a lesson. She needs to take back her dominance. She would ruthlessly hit his butt. Xia Yao suddenly moved, her speed extremely fast, like a silver phantom. She then punched Jiang Nan's eyes. Jiang Nan was also startled. So fast. Unfortunately, it was not enough. She saw Jiang Nan take a step forward and bend down. He placed his shoulder against Xia Yao's abdomen and hugged her waist. His hind legs kicked off, and his body spun around to appear behind her. He then lifted his waist up like a spring onion. Xia Yao felt her head spin, and for some reason, she was thrown to the ground. Just as she was about to get up, Jiang Nan's legs had already locked onto her arm, and she immediately pulled down. Kimura lock. Xia Yao, What the hell? Why can't I move? Zhou Yingxue was also stunned. She forgot that she was on a treadmill and staggered. She even almost fell down. She knew Xia Yao's ability. Under close range, almost no one would be her match. But in less than 3 seconds, she was actually taken down by Jiang Nan. How could his close combat be so strong? Movements. Reflexes. It was simply impeccable. Are you convinced? Xia Yao blushed. It didn't count just now. I didn't warm up. Again. When Jiang Nan had just released her, her little fist directly smashed towards Jiang Nan's eyes. Oh. Playing a sneak attack. Jiang Nan grabbed her fist and slammed her back. Shoulder throw. Xia Yao felt like her but had been smashed into 4 pieces. Her little face twisted in pain. Before she could react, Jiang Nan used choke hold to stop her. Xia Yao helplessly patted Jiang Nan's arm. Wow. Did you cheat? How can you be so strong? Where did you learn it? Xia Yao was about to go crazy. She was originally thinking of teaching Jiang Nan a good lesson. In the end, she was treated as a human sandbag. You were a space-type ability user. Was it really good for you to be so strong in close combat? Jiang Nan, I won't tell you. Xia Yao pouted. Humph. I don't accept it. Today, I will beat your ass. Xia Yao struggled to get up, and the spirit chi around her surged. Zhou Yingxue hurriedly called out, Little Yao. You. Xia Yao's entire body changed. A pair of beautiful eyes turned into silver vertical pupils. A furry wolf ear emerged from the top of her head, and 3 silver lines appeared on both sides of her cheeks. They looked like beards. Her fingernails also became sharp, and her figure became more and more curvaceous. The small vest was stretched out as if it were going to break. There was a rip sound. It was the sound of cloth being torn apart. A furry tail appears. A silver-white wolf tail grew out from behind Xia Yao's butt. It even broke a round hole in her hot pants. Her little tiger teeth also became sharp. It was actually a beast transformation. Jiang Nan. He was already stunned. A furry wolf ear. There was also a long silver wolf tail behind her butt. Her figure became even more explosive and full of curves. The lines of her muscles became even more distinct. Jiang Nan directly exploded. Beast ear girl. A big tailed wolf. It was so cute and explosive, okay. This was Xia Yao's beast transformation. My god. Jiang Nan's mind instantly went blank. Xia Yao took this opportunity to charge forward. Her fist fiercely smashed into Jiang Nan's eye. After staring for a long time, she finally succeeded. Haha. I made you stare blankly. Jiang Nan covered his eyes. One of his eyes had a black eye. F***ck. It was a loss that even men would suffer from. His expression turned serious as he said solemnly, I've decided. I won't hit your ass. After I win, I want to touch your wolf tail. Xia Yao blushed, dream on. Win against me first before you talk. Chapter 86. Iron Fist of Love. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Zhong Yingxue covered her face. She didn't expect that Xia Yao would directly turn into a half-beast state for the sake of winning against Jiang Nan. She even revealed her tail. Did she forget that her pants would burst if she revealed her tail? Hey. Your hot pants can't hold on anymore. Hot pants, I'm still holding. Jiang Nan had a serious look on his face. This was fulfilled his dream of touching the tail of a beast-ear girl. Men for their own dreams. They can erupt with limitless power. Xia Yao was half a beast. Her physical fitness had increased, and her speed was so fast that Jiang Nan couldn't even see it clearly. Adding skill points. 1000, skill level up. Hand. Hand combat, intermediate. Level 0. In order to touch her tail. Jiang Nan also went all out, putting all his remaining skill points into it. But even so, Xia Yao still brought a lot of pressure on Jiang Nan. Zhong Yingxue, who was at the side, watched attentively. However, when she saw Jiang Nan's movements and techniques, she was completely stunned. Jiang Nan was like a clairvoyant. Just based on Xia Yao's movements, he could determine the direction of her attack. Then, he elegantly dodged and even touched Xia Yao's furry ears twice. Ah! See if I don't beat your other eye too. Hee. Come, Zhong Yingxue smiled bitterly, don't be so naughty. However, the skills that Jiang Nan displayed were a little scary. Facing Xia Yao's attack, Jiang Nan did not dodge at all. Instead, he used her strength and directly flung her away. His movements are like a fusion of ancient martial arts, mixed martial arts, MMA, Muay Thai. His moves were ever-changing. It was like the horn of an antelope. It was so boundless that no one could find it. However, he was as relaxed as a grandmaster. Zhong Yingxue was already completely immersed in it, unwilling to move her eyes away for a moment. How could Jiang Nan have such an ability? How old was he? How many surprises did his younger brother have to give her to be enough? After an unknown period of time, Xia Yao's body was already drenched in fragrant sweat as she gasped for breath. Sparkling and translucent sweat flowed down her cheeks, and her silver hair became wet. After the intense exercise, there was a dark red color on her pretty face. Except for the first time she hit Jiang Nan in the eye, she never touched him again. She guesses she won't be able to touch him even until tomorrow morning. She couldn't help but say angrily, I won't fight. You can touch it. As she spoke, she turned around and bent down slightly. She placed her tail in front of Jiang Nan. Jiang Nan looked at the silver furry tail and could not help but swallow a mouthful of saliva. I will really touch it. Xia Yao rolled her eyes. Aya. If you want to touch it, just touch it. I am willing to admit defeat. However, she turned her head and said, but after you touch me, you have to take responsibility. I want to learn your close combat skills. Zhou Ningxue hurriedly said, I want to learn it too. Jiang Nan patted his chest and said, sure. He turned his gaze and was just about to touch her tail when Jiang Nan's body suddenly froze. The hot pants that the tail had pierced could still hold on for a while. But in the end, the series of violent movements made the hole bigger. What was exposed was not only the tail. In addition to this terrible posture. Hot pants, I feel like I can still be saved. No. No way. No way. How can I be distracted by other things? I came for the tail. Aya. Hurry up and touch it. It's so embarrassing. Xia Yao's pretty face turned red as she urged. Jiang Nan took a deep breath and placed her hand on her tail. He then caressed it. Wow. It's so soft. Wow. It's so fluffy and comfortable. Wow. Wolf tail was so awesome. Ah, Xia Yao couldn't help but tremble, and her face was so red that it reached her ears. Jiang Nan. With just a touch, you reacted so much. Was your tail so sensitive after transforming? Xia Yao's weakness was her tail. Before Jiang Nan could touch it to his heart's content. The last bit of spiritual energy in Xia Yao's body had also been used up. She was no longer able to maintain her beast form. In a split second, she retracted her tail and beast ears. This time, there was no tail to block. The only thing left in front of him was the hole in her hot pants. And the hole. Xia Yao's body froze. The room became very quiet. She naturally realized what had happened. She covered her back with a flushed face. Ah. You. Jiang Nan had a guilty look on his face, cough cough. I'll go first. Then, he teleported and disappeared. Xia Yao turned around and looked at Zhou Ningxue pitifully. Shue. Did Xiao Nan see everything? Zhou Ningxue covered her face. What do you think? Shue, this is all a dream, right? Yes. I must be dreaming. Xia Yao said with a serious face. Zhou Ningxue, it's over. This person is already starting to run away from reality. Hey. Big one, I want to set up a stall. Come over here, and we'll meet in College Town. Okay, Brother Nan. I'll be there soon. Wu Liang was also surprised. Why would Jiang Nan set up a stall with him? The two of them met up in College Town. Wu Liang looked at Jiang Nan's black eyes and his face full of shock. What's wrong, Brother Nan? Who did this? Jiang Nan smiled bitterly. Family violence. Family violence. However, it was not a loss. It was just that he did not dare to go home now. Otherwise, he would definitely be bitten to death by Xia Yao, this evil dog. However, this did not delay Jiang Nan from earning money. Jiang Nan had his own purpose for calling Wu Liang over. That night, the number of people in the night market in College Town soared by 3 times. It could be said that people crowded around, all because of Jiang Nan. As soon as the two of them appeared, the entire night market in College Town was completely ignited. Nan Shen. Why do you have a black eye? Quick. Make way for him. We're waiting for him. So what if he has a black eye? It still can't hide Nan Shen's handsomeness. I love him to death. I don't know why. It feels good to look at it. Jiang Nan. Could you not mention the matter of my eyes? This was an iron fist of love, you know. Seeing that Jiang Nan had come, the originally crowded crowd instantly made way. It led directly to a stall, and there were even many anchors who had set up their cell phones to join the heat. Su Yuan was the first one. Wu Yang was shocked. Wasn't Jiang Nan's appeal too terrifying? It's just a stall. Were you sure this wasn't some kind of cult organization? A stall sect. Jiang Nan laid out a cloth stall on the ground. Then he sat down on a small stool. Vigorous potion, detoxification small soybeans, Reiki leek, and Hulk underpants were all neatly placed. Moreover, Reiki leek was tied up carefully and hung on the mouth of Vigorous potion's bottle. A bundle sale. And the most eye-catching one was still the Hulk underpants. It was a complete variety with many different styles. Jiang Nan then shouted enthusiastically, "Come, come, come. The latest product is ready. Hulk underpants. Can be worn, can't be torn. The ups and downs of life are all for you. Brothers may betray you, girlfriends may betray you. But Hulk underpants will never betray you. It will always give you the warmest harbor, the most intimate hug. The price is 10,000 yuan per piece." The onlookers, Just AF * King underpants. It made you say Flowers' words. The ups and downs of life were all for you. What kind of phrase was this? 10,000 per piece. Was this made of gold? It can be worn but can't be torn. Why don't you just say it as a family heirloom? Chapter 87. What are the side effects of Hulk pants? You are listening at Novel Full. Audio. As Jiang Nan showed the new product, the audience booed. The female anchors brought by Su Yuan were even more disappointed. The barrage in the live broadcast room. In the end, Nan Shan still can't make it. He hasn't opened his stall for such a long time. I thought he was holding back some big tricks. Selling a few pieces of rags for 10,000. Do you really think we are stupid? Nan Shan is starting to ruin his reputation for money. In the past, his underpants were worth 10 yuan. Now it's 10,000. Su Yuan even chimed in, "Nan Shan, I brought someone here to support you. These sisters are all here for you. Don't let them down." The female anchors behind her pouted. But looking at the pile of cool underpants on the stall, her face was still slightly red. Were we unable to keep up with the trends? Wasn't this too exciting? Jiang Nan curled his lips and said, "What do you know? Big one. Completely beast transformation." Wu Yang finally knew why Jiang Nan had brought him here this time. Could he be able to show off his impressive figure again? Thinking of this, Wu Yang couldn't help but look excited. All right. Thus, there was only a rip sound. Under everyone's astonished gazes, Wu Yang, who was nearly 2 meters tall, turned into a 4-meter tall big black bear. His jeans and small short-sleeved shirts rip apart. It gave people an unparalleled visual shock. At this moment, the whole place was silent. The onlookers were petrified. Their jaws almost hit the ground. Ah! My eyes! F***ck. What the F***ck did I see? F***ck. My 3 views. My 3 views have been completely destroyed. How many G-rated movies do I have to watch to make up for my injured heart? Jiang Nan was also stunned. No. This shouldn't be the effect. Jiang Nan turned around and saw an unforgettable scene. A 4-meter tall black bear. He was wearing a black embroidered pair of briefs. It was even a lace one. There were also small kittens printed on it. It had caught Wu Yang's ups and downs. A proud smile appeared on Wu Liang's bare dot-like face. He even did a bodybuilding movement emphasizing his biceps. Jiang Nan, .f*ck. Brother, where was your invincible leopard underwear? This little kitty with lace was 2f** king amazing. Quickly change back. If he didn't change back, it would make the ants' children cry. Then Wu Liang returned to his human form. Cries of alarm came from the crowd. A 2-meter tall, muscular man like an iron tower and a little kitty underwear with lace. It was like a bomb had exploded. Wu Liang had a look of enjoyment on his face. Right. What he wanted was this feeling of being the center of attention. Too exciting. Jiang Nan, Did Wu Liang awaken some strange attribute again? After the bursting dress demon and the triangular dot-shaped guy. There was another exhibitionist title. Damn it. Su Yuan and the female live streamers were also stunned. What kind of F** king operation was this? Exploding clothes on the spot. The barrage in the live broadcast room exploded. Unfortunately, this old man has no culture. I can conquer the world with a single sentence. I only need a F** king steel pipe. Jiang Nan struck while the iron was hot. Did you see that? Did everyone see that? This pair of underpants is simply the gospel of the beast transformation ability user. It will let you transform to your heart's content in a battle and avoid embarrassment. A fierce man needs a small triangle. A sexy girl can't run away. Hulk has already said it. Fashion has no worries. Do whatever you want. Conquer the campus belle and the campus beauty. Jiang Nan's small announcement was all over the top. Some people were dizzy and fascinated. In order to cooperate with Jiang Nan's brainwashing, Wu Liang transformed again and again. He transformed into a complete beast transformation over and over again. He even showed his muscles in all directions. At this moment, the onlookers were really tempted. Because it was a college town. Many of them were university students, and even some beast transformation abilities users were among them. They all had the same worries as Wu Liang. And these Hulk underpants had perfectly solved their problems. Look at Wu Liang. With such a large transformation, his little kitty in lace was still tightly attached to his body. It tightly holds Wu Liang in its arms. Mother ***. Give me 2. Change your clothes. Me. Me too. I want 3 too. A handsome guy, give me 1. Jiang Nan was stunned. 1 is not enough, brother. You need to replace it. The handsome guy, if the front clothes got dirty, you can wear them on when you reverse it back. Jiang Nan was frightened. Damn. What kind of player was this? Just pretend that I didn't hear anything. With Wu Liang's display, Hulk's underpants were simply sold quickly. The female anchors who came with Su Yuan squatted down and began to choose as well. Looking at Jiang Nan, she couldn't help but ask, Nan Shen. Is there no discount for girls? I want to choose this. The girl took an ice silk translucent underpants. A discount? No way. What's wrong with being a girl? Was a girl as good as a bit of money? Don't be so heartless. I'll wear it when I get home and send you the photo. Just give me 1. The female anchor could be said to be charming, secretly sending flirtatious glances. Su Yuan, F***ck. What's the difference between wearing this ice silk translucent and not wearing it? He quickly covered his nose. This works too. Jiang Nan's expression became serious. There is a discount. If you try it on the spot, I don't want the money. Female anchor, Her face was black. Try on the spot. Were you serious? So many people. Wouldn't all of them see it? Ha. You are so bad. From Li Qin's resentment points plus 666. Su Yuan chuckled, Xiao Qin, I'll buy it for you. Can you send me the photo when you get home? Li Qin glanced at Su Yuan, dream on. Su Yuan, dot. On what basis? Why should you show it to Jiang Nan? And yet you can't show it to me. I will even pay for it. Jiang Nan smiled brightly, do you want to know what the gap between you and me is? Su Yuan was stunned and quickly asked, what? Jiang Nan pointed at Li Qin and then at himself. Did you see that? This is means, beautiful, dot. Then he pointed at Li Qin and Su Yuan. What is it? Su Yuan pondered for a moment and said, you, dot. Jiang Nan shook his head. No, no, no. It's a girl word. This is the difference. Li Qin, ahaha. She burst into tears from laughing. Su Yuan, dot. What do you mean? Why was it a girl? Girl. Isn't it just, woman, plus, ugly? Damn it. You can't curse me like this. From Su Yuan's resentment points plus 1000. Right at this moment. The noisy crowd that had been frantically trying to buy Hulk's underpants suddenly fell silent. Jiang Nan was stunned. What was going on? He couldn't help but look back, and his eyes almost popped out. Jiang Nan was so scared that he fell off his small stool. Wu Liang returned to his human form from a black bear. What was different from the past was that this time, the little kitty in lace didn't become smaller with him. Instead, it lost its elasticity. It slowly slid down from Wu Liang's body. It directly slid down onto Wu Liang's feet. Jiang Nan, dot. Wu Liang, dot. Chapter 88. Band streamer, you are listening at novelfull.audio. Not only were the onlookers dumbfounded. Even Jiang Nan was stunned. The crowd was silent for 3 seconds before a heaven-shaking exclamation broke out. Then, the flashing lights and the shutter lights blinded Jiang Nan. His underpants dropped. There was no longer any cloth on Wu Liang's body. No one had expected such a melodramatic situation to happen. Jiang Nan was still thinking that Hulk's underpants might be the best consolation prize given by the system. There were no side effects. Who would have thought that before Jiang Nan could even praise it? It immediately hit him with a stick. The side effect of the Hulk underpants was the number of times they could be used. About 30 times. Would it lose its elasticity if it exceeded this number? Wasn't it a little too late to find out? Wu Liang was already completely naked. At this moment, the male compatriots in the crowd covered their faces with their hands and subconsciously closed their eyes. Only by going home and using some movies could they wash away the mental pollution. The little sisters screamed, but they could not help but watch. The aunties were amazed and even commented on him. This young man. Oh my God. This is even better than my old man's. Hee hee. I didn't come for nothing. The female anchor was directly scared silly. This was a mighty dragon in front of them. From Wu Liang's resentment points plus 666. At this moment, the big man was calm. What kind of storms had he not seen? It was not like he had not experienced it in the alley before. He just did not expect the second time to come so quickly. But both of them were all because of Jiang Nan. Wu Liang's face turned dark. Brother Nan. Should I do more tricks? Jiang Nan covered his face and pulled out underpants, then handed it to Wu Liang. Stop talking. Hurry up and put it on. Wu Liang looked at the underpants handed over by Jiang Nan and shook his head. I want a triangle. Jiang Nan, dot. F***ck. At this time, why were you still so picky? How stubborn were you? Brother Nan. You don't know. The triangle is faith. Faith your sister. Hurry up and put it on. Later, someone will come and catch you as a pervert. In the end, he still changed it to a triangle. Jiang Nan coughed twice to hide his embarrassment and said, "This." Everyone saw it too. Hulk underpants has a number of uses. So everyone has to be careful when you transform. Jiang Nan explained it carefully. And the result? Ha! Cries of shock and screams like a pig being slaughtered resounded throughout the night market. It was the female anchor and Su Yuan. At this moment, a line of words was displayed on their phone screen. The anchor is suspected of showing pornographic videos and has been banned. Please consciously abide by the platform regulations. Su Yuan cried. The female anchor face also twitched. Initially, they were thinking of taking advantage of the heat. They didn't expect that they would lose their live streaming channel. After all, this scene came too suddenly. Who would have thought that Wu Yang, who had been showing off for half a day, would show off what was under his pants? As a result, they were banned. They couldn't help but look at Jiang Nan with a face full of resentment. When Su Yuan came here to rub off the heat, a brick smashed his head. Did you smash the live broadcast room this time? Why was there nothing good when he met Jiang Nan? From Su Yuan's resentment points plus 1000. From Li Qin's resentment points plus 666. Jiang Nan was secretly amused. This has nothing to do with me. You guys want to take advantage of me. So don't blame me. As an experienced man, Jiang Nan immediately changed the topic. Don't just focus on buying underpants. Today is Valentine's Day. I have specially launched a new product, Vigorous Potion and Leaks. To improve the relationship between husband and wife, to promote the relationship between lovers. I will ruthlessly fire the first shot of the second half of the year. Regain the masculinity of men. Valentine's Day Special. Only 15,000. At this time, everyone woke up from the fanaticism in underpants. Looking at Vigorous Potion and Leaks, do they need to think about it? They immediately paid for it. Jiang Nan was stunned. He initially thought that first to buy was from the returning customers. Who would have thought that the first ones to buy were all young women? They were frantically buying, not even bothering to bargain. He looked up. A bunch of 30.40-year-old men were standing on the side of the road. All of them had blank looks, their eyes were also sunken, their faces were pale, and their bodies were thin. They looked like they were about to ascend to heaven. I'm afraid they have been squeezed dry. Then looking at these young women again. Their complexion was rosy and smooth. That was called moisturizing. Jiang Nan shivered violently. He couldn't help but think of the prosperity of the uncle's house next door to his former room. He wondered if he had gone to work yet. These middle-aged men looked at Jiang Nan with resentment. At the same time, the list of resentment points also refreshed crazily. Jiang Nan laughed. Since ancient times there had never been a land that had been plowed, only a tired cow. Suddenly, a big brother had a face full of doubt. That's not right. Vigorous Potion used to be 10,000 yuan for one bottle and Leaks for 1,000 yuan. It should be only 11,000 yuan, right? Why is your Valentine's Day special 15,000 yuan? What kind of operation is this? A reverse discount. Jiang Nan spread his hands. No problem, I'll give you a 14% discount. Big brother. I have heard of a 10% discount and a 50% discount. Have you ever heard of a 14% discount before? And also your discount was to increase the price. From Wang Tianho's resentment value plus 666, black-hearted profiteer. Jiang Nan pouted. Do you want to buy it or not? The big brother had a bitter face and said, buy it. Why not buy it? If I don't buy it, the homework can't hand it in. With this group of people leading the way, many college students and couples came over to share their generosity. Jiang Nan was crazy. He had earned more than 1 million in such a short time. At this moment, a familiar voice came, Nan Shen. Leave some for me. Leave some for me. Zheng Wei led a girl into the crowd. It wasn't easy for them to find him. Come on. Quickly call Nan Shen. The girl was tall and was wearing a skirt with a waves pattern. She was very beautiful. This is my girlfriend, Jiang Hong. Jiang Hong smiled sweetly at Jiang Nan. Greetings, Nan Shen. Jiang Nan was stunned. Huh. I remember that she wasn't the one you brought to me last time. Jiang Hong was stunned at first, then glared at Zheng Wei fiercely. She raised her foot and stomped down hard with her high heels. Zheng Wei glared at her. What? She wasn't the person. Hey, hey, hey. Please say it clearly. From Zheng Wei's resentment value plus 666. Those two are my teammates. Not girlfriends. Nan Shen. Please stop playing with me. Zheng Wei was about to cry. Jiang Nan smiled brightly. What? Still want vigorous potion? Zheng Wei said angrily, 3 barrels. I heard there's a new product. Jiang Nan casually threw over a bottle of vigorous potion and leeks and said, Reiki leeks and vigorous potion, there's a surprise. He gave Zheng Wei a knowing look. Zheng Wei's eyes lit up. A new product. He couldn't help but touch his shiny bald head and pick up the leek, then eat it. Jiang Nan. A bunch of middle-aged men by the roadside. Damn. This brother was so strong. Eat it on the spot. Zheng Wei felt a hot air rush to his head, then he opened his eyes wide and looked down. F***ck. In an instant, he didn't dare to straighten his waist. He held Jiang Hong's small hand and said, Hong Hong. Let's hurry up and leave. Jiang Hong. What's wrong? The situation is not good. From Zheng Wei's resentment points plus 1000. Chapter 89. Next one you are listening at novel full.audio. Not only was the situation not good. This leak went straight to the point. Zheng Wei simply could not straighten his back. How could he know that the leak Jiang Nan casually handed over was so fierce? Trembling, he said, Nan Shen. I can't hold on any longer. I'll take my leave first. He dragged Jiang Hong through the crowd and headed straight for a hotel. He didn't dare to take big steps and could only bend his waist and take small steps forward. Jiang Hong thought that Zheng Wei had suffered from hemorrhoids. Jiang Nan covered his face and watched as Zheng Wei left. Brother, weren't you too rash? Jiang Nan never thought that Zheng Wei would eat it on the spot. He looked in the direction the two of them left in. 888 Express Hotel. I wish you happiness tonight. Everyone's eyes lit up when they saw Zheng Wei's reaction. This was much fiercer than sildenafil. They would really go up and fight for it. Jiang Nan was overjoyed. As for the group of men standing by the side of the road, all of them had a look of pity in their eyes. It was so refreshing to eat Reiki leek. It was always refreshing to eat. But wait for your strength to pass. Let's see how you guys face a girlfriend like a tiger or a wolf. 30 like a tiger. 40 like a wolf. On the other side, Zheng Wei brought Jiang Hong to the entrance of the 888 Express Hotel. Then Zheng Wei pulled Jiang Hong into the hotel. The girl's face turned black. Zheng Wei. Didn't we agree to go out and eat? Watch movies. Buy clothes. And ride a Ferris wheel. I came all the way from the south to find you. You brought me here directly. Are you crazy? Jiang Hong was furious. This guy, they just met for an hour. He didn't even go through the process. He didn't even eat a bowl of 10 yuan spicy hot pot. He already brought her here to 888 Express Hotel. Zheng Wei had a bitter face and said, "Hong Hong. I can't hold it. I really can't hold it. I'm going to explode. Please save me." Jiang Hong blushed when she saw Zheng Wei's pleading look. All right then." Zheng Wei was delighted and said excitedly, "I love you the most. Hong Hong." He pulled her into the hotel. Customer service. "Sorry, sir, the hotel is full." Zheng Wei. What? Why is it full? "I'm sorry, sir. There are really no more rooms. Why don't you wait a little longer?" Zheng Wei was going crazy. If he waited any longer, he would explode. Unfortunately, the leaks were too strong. "We're not waiting. Let's change to another one." As a result, Zheng Wei entered the hotel on the bustling street. "I'm sorry, sir. We're full. Sir, the hotel is full. Sir, there are really no more rooms." Zheng Wei exploded. "Why is there no room? More than 30 hotels in a row. Fully book. Customer service personnel, today is Valentine's Day, you know." Zheng Wei was furious. These bunch of brats. They don't do anything serious every day. They only know how to *king he. Shameless. Customer service personnel. Don't tell me you weren't here to he. You speak as if you were so noble. Jiang Hong rolled her eyes. You still have the nerve to say that. Only you were persistent. After changing more than 30 hotels in a row, you still haven't given up. Zheng Wei, who led Jiang Hong out of the door, trembled and grabbed the railing. He almost fell to the ground. He can't take it anymore. He really can't take it anymore. My heart was already crying. If he holds it in a little longer, it will really explode. Nan Shen caused him a lot of harm. Zheng Wei, who was in despair, was stunned. He looked at the dark trees in the park. Why? Why don't we just do it there? Jiang Hong. Her eyes were filled with horror. Hey. Since you can't find the hotel, do you want to do it in the woods? Were you sane? Zheng Wei. I'll beat you to death. Are you crazy? In the woods. You actually want to be with me in the woods? You are shameless. Zheng Wei immediately knelt down and hugged Jiang Hong's thigh. He even had a handful of snot and tears. Hong Hong. Save me. I really can't hold it. Leaks. It's the fault of the leaks. Seeing Zheng Wei crying bitterly, how could Jiang Hong bear it? Her pretty face blushed as she said, Just this once. You have to hurry up. Zheng Wei's eyes lit up. Let's go. Let's go. After putting away the stall, Jiang Nan happily walked home. He also gave Wu Yang 10 triangles to pay for his work. He had earned 5 million in one night. The system had taken away 9.99 as a booth fee. The remaining 0.01 he had was about 50,000. This was a huge sum of money. He had also gained over 300,000 resentment points. His skill points had also reached 49,500. It was enough for him to feel good. It was great. Moreover, the resentment points were still continuously refreshing. Jiang Nan was already prepared to return home and receive a good beating. He must get the Golden Age beauty pill price later. Just when Jiang Nan was walking happily and about to reach home, he heard a loud engine roar. A Mercedes-Benz was coming from the bend. The huge centrifugal force caused the car's wheels to rise off the ground. As soon as it landed, it accelerated. Jiang Nan. What was going on? Wasn't this Xia Yao's car? What were you going to do so late at night? As a result, Mercedes-Benz had no intention of slowing down at all. It was still accelerating crazily. Jiang Nan, F***CK. Was Xia Yao crazy? Wasn't he just accidentally looking at the scenery behind the hole in her hot pants? Was there a need to kill him? Was she driving to kill him? Forget it. Forget it. Just let this girl vent her anger. Jiang Nan did not hide but opened his arms to welcome it with a hug. Bang! There was a loud collision sound. Jiang Nan directly took off on the spot. Spiral ascension. His body was spinning in the air at 7,200 degrees. And was sent flying more than 30 meters. He then smashed on the sidewalk green shrub. Then there was a loud car braking sound. In the car, Xia Yao and Zhong Yingxue rushed down in panic. Zhong Yingxue was about to go crazy. She said in a panic, "Ah. Xiao Nan. That was Xiao Nan just now." Xia Yao's face darkened. "It's him. You knocked him over 30 meters away." Zhong Yingxue was stunned. Ah. It turned out that the driver was not Xia Yao at all, but Zhong Yingxue. The two of them ran over in a panic. At this moment, there was a circle of pedestrians surrounding Jiang Nan's landing spot. He was sent flying for more than 30 meters. He is dead for sure. How unlucky. He even got hit while walking. Still so young. TSK, tisk. Zhong Yingxue and Xia Yao hurried over. They saw that half of Jiang Nan's body was stuck in the green shrubs on the sidewalk. Only his butt was exposed outside. Ah. Xiao Nan couldn't have already. Xia Yao covered her face. "If it is a normal person, I'm afraid it's already cold." At this moment, Jiang Nan's leg twitched. Benoel Dem he pulled his upper body out of the green shrub. His body was covered in leaves. Looking at the people surrounding him, Jiang Nan spat out the leaves in his mouth. He then reached out and wiped his hair. He then said calmly, "Next one. Zhong Yingxue, Xia Yao, The passerby widened their eyes and looked at Jiang Nan. "Do you want to be so King awesome? One is not enough, and you want to get another one. Did you get addicted? You have played us." Chapter 90. Let's knock her to death. You are listening at Novel Full.audio. Looking at Jiang Nan, apart from being a little dirty, he was not injured at all. Was he even a human? At this moment, the way the passers-by looked at Jiang Nan changed. They all gave him a thumbs up. "I can give you 100 points for acting tough. When can I become as outstanding as you?" Now you know what the first thing you should say when you get up after being knocked down by a car, right? Next one. Low-key yet not lacking in grace. Elegant but not lacking in content. Awesome. I learned it. But first of all, you have to be able to get up. Jiang Nan rolled his eyes. You guys were the ones who were truly awesome. All of you were King braggart. This was just a normal operation, alright. You guys were like kids who haven't seen the world. Jiang Nan was very confident in the strength of his body after Vigorous Potion's continuous transformation. Otherwise, how could he risk his life? Zhong Yingxue rushed up and hugged Jiang Nan. "You're fine. That's great. You scared me to death just now." Jiang Nan patted her back and comforted her in a soft voice. Then, he glared at Xia Yao and said, "Big-tailed wolf. You're so cruel. Have you vented your anger this time? Let's pass this one off. Don't bite me." Xia Yao, What the hell? Why am I a big-tail wolf? Why were you so ruthless? She was so worried about him just now. Humph. From Xia Yao's resentment points plus 666. You think I hit you, do you? Why should I? Not you. Jiang Nan was stunned. Zhong Yingshue's face, nestled in Jiang Nan's arms, turns red. She did not dare to look straight at Jiang Nan. I hit you. Xiao Yao is sitting in the passenger seat. The two of us just went out to practice driving, and Jiang Nan. It was Zhong Yingxue who drove the car just now. Damn. Your driving skill needs to be fixed. Xia Yao looked proud and raised her eyebrows at Jiang Nan. That means. Look, you wronged me, right? Why weren't you apologizing to me? Jiang Nan, it's all your fault. How did you teach my sister to drive? It's me who has been hit this time. Wouldn't it be bad if you hit a cat or a dog? How could Zhong Yingxue be wrong? Impossible. Xia Yao. From Xia Yao's resentment points plus 1000. Ah. I'll bite you to death. She instantly exploded and rushed up to bite Jiang Nan's arm. Hey. It hurts. You really bit me. On the Mercedes-Benz. Jiang Nan sat in the passenger seat. There was a tooth mark on his arm. Xia Yao sat in the back row angrily. Zhong Yingshue's face was full of nervousness as she sat in the main driver's seat. She timidly said, Are you really going to let me drive? Xia Yao's expression turned serious. She quickly fastened her seatbelt and gripped the armrest tightly with both hands without a word. Zhong Yingxue blushed even more. Jiang Nan, don't worry, listen to me. I'll teach you. Come on, step onto the clutch. Shift to first gear. Gently lift the clutch, step on the accelerator. Jiang Nan's tone was soothing, and Zhong Yingxue felt at ease. The car slowly started up. Sister Shui is awesome. Step on the clutch and put it in second gear. Lift the clutch and then step on the accelerator. Under Jiang Nan's careful guidance, the car was finally on its way. It leisurely drove on the road at 30 miles per hour. Xia Yao was surprised. Did Jiang Nan really teach her? Zhong Yingshue's pretty face was also full of joy. At this moment, an old lady was crossing the street 300 meters ahead. Jiang Nan, do you see that old lady? Zhong Yingxue nodded her head like a chicken pecking rice. She crossed the road so slowly. Humph. Let's knock her to death. Zhong Yingxue widened her eyes. I can't, right? Jiang Nan covered his face. What? Listening to your tone. It seemed like there was still a possibility. What made Jiang Nan despair was Zhong Yingxue really accelerated. Jiang Nan could imagine that in 10 seconds, this old lady would be pushed out for more than 30 meters. Spiral ascending turns 3,600 degrees in the air and lands perfectly still. Jiang Nan just didn't know whether she could stand up and say, next one, too. No. Why aren't you stopping? Zhong Yingshue's face was as red as a red apple. She stepped on the brakes and finally stopped in front of the crosswalk line. Jiang Nan was stunned. Wasn't her sister too easy to play with? She was so obedient. It made Jiang Nan unable to bear to bully her. Pfft, ha 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 ha. Xia Yao laughed in the back row and slapped her thigh. Zhong Yingxue blushed so much. She then rolled her eyes at Jiang Nan. Jiang Nan felt guilty. Alright, I won't tease you anymore. When the traffic light turns green, let's go. There were more than 10 cars lined up 99 seconds later. Then the green light flashed. After the old lady incident, Zhong Yingxue became even more nervous. The car engine suddenly stops. She tried starting it again, but it won't start. The drivers at the back had already started to press the car horn impatiently. Zhou Yingxue could not help but be a little flustered. Don't be anxious, take it slow. The green light was about to pass. Zhou Yingxue was getting more and more anxious. The hands holding the steering wheel also became more and more forceful. Then there was a crack sound. The inside of the car instantly fell silent. Jiang Nan's eyes widened. Xia Yao was dumbfounded in the back row. Zhou Yingxue had torn off the entire steering wheel. At this moment, Zhou Yingxue's mind was completely blank. She held the steering wheel that she had torn off and was petrified. Jiang Nan, Damn. You can break the steering wheel with your bare hands. Was it because of the vigorous potion? This. What should we do? Xia Yao, ha ha ha. Not only did she burst into tears from laughing, but she also laughed like a pig. In fact, Jiang Nan almost couldn't hold it in anymore. The steering wheel, the driver at the back exploded. F***CK. Why aren't you leaving? It's red light again. What's going on? Can it work? A female driver. Beep. 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 A burst of honks and curses made Zhou Yingshue's heart burn with anger. What are you rushing for? She rolled down the window. Then, she stretched the steering wheel out of the window. Drivers, The entire place fell silent. The F***king steering wheel had been torn off. How was she going to drive? Sorry. Sorry for disturbing you. This F***king strength is really great. Zhou Yingxue looked at the steering wheel in her hand with a wronged expression. Jiang Nan felt heartache. It's fine. I have a way. It's just the steering wheel. As he spoke, he reached into the alternate dimension and searched around. Under the astonished gazes of Zhou Yingxue and Xia Yao, Jiang Nan took out an adjustable wrench. Then he pinches it on the steering column. Xia Yao, Using an adjustable wrench as a steering wheel. Xiao Nan, are you serious? From Xia Yao's resentment points plus 333. What kind of operation was this? Wasn't it too much? Zhou Yingxue looked serious and said, I want to try. Xia Yao swallowed and pulled the seatbelt over. Safety is important. Yes. Safety is important. Jiang Nan smiled brightly, let's go.